For centuries, traditional humanism has served as a reliable operating system for our species. It championed reason, ethics, and compassion, creating a world where human agency could actually shape the future. This framework placed us firmly at the center of our own earthly narrative. It provided a robust, practical guide for how to treat one another and build functional, moral societies right here on the ground. But as our scientific understanding accelerated, a side effect emerged: materialist reductionism. This perspective characterizes human beings as biological accidents, complex machinery stranded on a rock, floating through an indifferent empty void. That leaves us with a fascinating paradox. We possess an incredibly detailed ethical playbook for navigating our daily lives on Earth, yet we lack a framework to explain our relevance to the wider cosmos. The Way of PO expands the borders of humanism to bridge this gap. It proposes that human consciousness is a foundational feature of reality itself, rather than a quirky biological anomaly. When we redefine our scale from terrestrial isolation to cosmic integration, human purpose shifts. We move from the pursuit of mere survival toward the active shaping of reality. To understand how this works, we have to bypass our everyday experience and zoom all the way in, past the cells, past the molecules, right down into the quantum realm where the normal rules of physics begin to break down. Here we encounter the concept of quantum consciousness. This framework examines the vanishing boundary between the mind and the physical world. This animated diagram illustrates a core principle of quantum mechanics: the entanglement of the observer and the observed. When an observer interacts with a fluctuating quantum waveform, the very act of observation forces that wave to collapse into a defined, solid state. In this model, the mind acts as the active engine that configures reality, rather than a spectator watching it unfold. The subatomic structure of the universe reacts to the presence of consciousness. This suggests that consciousness is a base layer of existence, the substrate upon which the material world is built. If our awareness helps dictate reality at the subatomic level, then the mind and the material world share a common architecture. Under this framework, the perceived boundary between the individual and the universe is an illusion. We are threads woven directly into the cosmic fabric. Now let's pan the camera out, way out, from the microscopic quantum soup into the overwhelming scale of the macroscopic universe, galaxies, nebulas, and the vastness of space-time. Because we are built from this quantum foundation, we function as the eyes and ears of the cosmos, the universe developing the capacity to experience and understand its own scale. On this massive scale, the universe is governed by a mechanical conflict, the continuous battle between entropy and synergy. This diagram visualizes entropy, the baseline trajectory of physics. It is the natural, constant pull toward decay and isolation. Left alone, everything eventually drifts into chaotic noise. Synergy acts as the vital counterforce. It pulls against that decay, organizing random chaos into deep complexity, stable connection, and harmonious structure. Human agency is the primary tool the universe uses to drive the synergy. Our capacity to make rational, ethical choices provides the energy needed to combat universal entropy. This gives traditional morality a physical imperative. Every act of compassion or problem-solving actively generates synergy, directly offsetting the pull of entropy to maintain the structural integrity of the cosmos. Returning to the human scale, we can see how these mechanics change our daily lives. Traditional humanism evolves into a mandate for cosmic co-creation. Personal choices now carry a new weight. Because we are interconnected with the system, our individual actions contribute to the net synergy of the entire universal network. Recognizing our quantum and cosmic entanglement brings an absolute responsibility to our own lives, to our communities, and to our planet. We are the stewards of the complexity we have inherited. Now, this philosophy demands 3 specific actions. First, the cultivation of self-awareness, the pursuit of lifelong learning, and contributing our unique individual gifts to the collective whole. This worldview replaces the dread of an indifferent universe with the assurance that human flourishing is the intended trajectory of the system. humanity holds the unique capacity to forge a more beautiful, interconnected, and synergistic reality, fulfilling a destiny written into the laws of nature themselves.